Hey everyone, this is Sam, and I'm here with Brendan.
Hey guys.
We're playing the third best Metroid Prime game. Well, maybe the second best. I don't even know
I think
anymore.
for me it's the second best, just by a bit.
It's definitely the third Metroid Prime game. This
Yes.
is Metroid Prime 3.
Corruption.
And it's actually, I like them all so much, and I like Metroid Prime the best, so it's hard for me to have feelings for the others. But this one's a great game, and the thing I like about the most is that you are alone on planets that are weird by yourself a lot. What I don't like about it is being around bounty hunters and a bunch of other Marines.
You're around multiple planets,
Yes.
which is first in the Prime series. You're not located just one thing. And to kind of argue the point a little bit, I don't like the Federation troops much, but I do like how they introduce the bounty hunters. Especially in the beginning of the game, you get this kind of whole like Empire Strikes Back scene with all the bounty hunters on the bridge and the guy talking to them. But then like they're the only people you really meet in this game, and they actually become the primary bosses, which kind of gives the boss fights a little more depth than previous games. Not that the other boss fights weren't good, but now there's actually a little bit of emotion and backstory behind why you're fighting these guys.
Yeah.
Because they get corrupted by a bunch of Phazon.
Now, what this game was immediately famous for when it came out, and why it reviewed well on IGN, why we gave it a good review, is that it showed that the Wii controls, which were still untested and strange at the time, except for maybe Wii Sports, could be used as really elegant first-person shooter controls. Almost like a mouse and keyboard. And they remade Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2 Echoes to have these controls in the Metroid Prime trilogy. Probably, I would say, the best Wii game. A lot of people like, Galaxy and stuff like that too, but I just think, man, 3 Metroid games with great controls and widescreen, what an amazing package that is. Fortunately, it's very expensive now and rare. It never went back in print after its first run. Look, you can see your eyes reflection there.
Yeah, they really doubled down on that. Can I just mention the music for this planet is my favorite. Plus, just like the vistas of this area, like seeing these giant war golems embedded into the rock, and this whole like canyon with these.
Stuff, Brendan. Come
Yeah,
on.
let's go.
Not
I love the views though. Just gonna say that.
So this is the second location you get to in the game, Brio, and we fought through a lot of Space Marine habitats to get here. You kind of start on a planet that has like a lab on it, and then of course you see who's talking to you right now. This is a giant brain. This is a prequel to the series of games in which a brain is your antagonist.
Yes, this is actually, I think it takes place chronologically before Metroid 2, Return of Samus. I think that's right.
Yeah, of course, before Metroid and Super Metroid, in which you'd be highly suspicious of a giant brain in a tank.
Yeah.
Because that's what you kill in those games. But Mother Brain is very nice in this. Very different voice than her realized Captain and the Game Master.
Oh, yeah.
For fans of that cartoon series about Nintendo from the 80s. Please watch that if you've never watched it. It's really great. This game was actually delayed at the time, several times, because they wanted to get controls just right, and part of that was actually giving you the ability to tweak the controls, and that was a big deal at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So you weren't just stuck in the scheme that they made, and I think everybody wants to turn at different speeds and stuff like that. Now, the only other games that really made really good use of these pointer controls as shooters on the Wii were very promising. It was Red Steel 2 did a good job, and of course Resident Evil 4. And I think we all were expecting more. But I really think the graphical power of the Wii held it back a little bit because first-person shooters have to be cutting edge and beautiful for wide audiences to really like them. I think it's just part of it. But of course, the art direction of this game more than makes up for its lack of resolution.
Oh yeah, like
I'd still love to see an HD.
Every planet you see is incredibly stylized and takes on its own form. From this one to like the Sky Town you go to with the full of robots, and the Space Pirate Homeworld.
Oh gosh, best location I think in Metroid Prime. I mean, I love Metroid Prime's location in the first game, and I really like the sky area here. It's almost like the sky rails to BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Space Pirate Homeworld, it's like this neon polluted mess.
And the acid rain that you gotta take cover from, and they have that you can hear like the Super Metroid reprise soundtrack of the Space Pirates too.
And anytime you're outside in an open area in this game, there's kind of a little gimmicky thing where you can call your gunship. And it looks cool. You have a different ship in this game. It looks very different than any other
it's got like the 2 prongs in the front. And it's nice because now your ship can help you solve puzzles as well. Like if you find a place that there's something that even like your guns can't blow up, well, better call in the gunship and start exploding these things, like the turrets you might find. I don't know if it's...
Now, one disadvantage of using a lot of planets is that you can't connect them in the same way as elevators. You would think, but they actually made landing pads that you could get to.
Oh yeah.
And it kind of connected them. But that said, I don't think I think it's missing something in the Metroid quality of map connectivity, and like how, oh wow, I went so far through this area that I circled back around to this underground. Like, I really like that feeling in Metroid Prime.
Oh yeah.
And Metroid Prime 2 echoes. But I think it lost that a little bit. But hey, just being alone on this ruined planet and shooting stuff, that's the Metroid Prime experience that I love.
Yeah.
So it has that, and it has that for many, many, hours of greatness. And it has a really cool sky level and a Space Pirate Homeworld. I mean, all in all, good game.
I'm also a big fan of the boss fights in this game.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the boss of this one, like, he's like another bounty hunter who uses like ice powers, and you kind of only meet him in the very beginning of the game, and he helps save you against Ridley. And he's like, a big like guy of like justice who's like a really like a good-hearted bounty hunter, and then you find out he's been corrupted by like the Phazon that everyone gets hit with, and then you end up having to fight him at the end. And like, the music for that boss fight was probably the most intense boss battle I've ever had in a game.
You really have a lot of personal connections to Metroid music. We did a Let's Play for Metroid Prime recently, and you were saying the Findrana Drift music is some of your favorite ever.
Oh yeah, just something about the soundtracks for the Metroid Prime trilogy.
So sorry to interrupt you. What you're doing there is something you couldn't do in Metroid Prime very easily, where you were strafing and shooting at small things really fast because you had to stop to shoot.
I also like this new motion control, the whip. You yank back on the
you can
nunchuck.
Throw the nunchuck forward. And you didn't lose all your powers in this. You still have your double jump. And
yeah, that was nice.
Charge shot.
They couldn't find a way to say, oh, well, you lost it somehow. You tripped over a rock and you lost all your upgrades. Like, I just fall.
But you did, because you got rebuilt with this Phazon thing. Now, can you activate that here?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's not a good area to do that, but...
So you go into hyper mode and use your energy tank to shoot, like, incredibly powerful beams of energy.
Oh, you went over.
And then, but then, yeah, and then
all the enemies.
But then you use up all of your energy tank.
Yeah, but if you don't use up the entire single energy tank, you can actually get away with it, and it'll recharge your energy tank.
And I know some people,
this whole area is based on platforming. Like, this is a first-person shooter that's really focused on platforming. That's one thing that they really perfected in this.
And it makes use of the Wii remote to be able to look where you're jumping at any point, and to quickly, And I know some of my friends have recently told me that they weren't quite sold on playing the Metroid Prime trilogy because it has Metroid Prime 1 and 2 and 3 all with the Wii remote. And so I say to you, Caleb, play this game.
Absolutely.
Do yourself a favor.
I don't know who you are, Caleb, but I think you should play this game as well. And we have a lot more games to play because we are celebrating the 125th anniversary of Nintendo. 125 years. And this is one of the best things they've done in those years. I just really like this game, and I want to revisit it. I would really like a Wii U reissue.
I would too.
A brand new Metroid game.
If not, if that never happens, then do yourself a favor and get the Metroid Prime trilogy if you can find it.
Yeah.
Because these Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 are must-plays in my opinion.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for listening to us and watching us play this, and we hope to play more of it and more other cool older Nintendo games along with some new ones that we really like too. For all of that, please keep checking back to IGN and IGN's YouTube channel, which we highly encourage you to subscribe to if you like this video. Thanks.